Knights of the Old Republic 2 is one of the best RPGs ever made, but if you have ever played it, you will know it is at times an absolute mess, whether that's just general bugs or the gameplay being cut short. And to be honest, I will say this before and I'll say it again, if you're playing without mods, you're not playing this game right. And a lot of people may be scared to mod their game or don't know how to, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, showing you how to install mods either in KOTOR 1 or 2, and the best mods you should be using at least in the second game, but this applies to both. Now before we actually install any mods, it's good for us to point out what ways you can install mods, and there are three. I'm going to tell you the two not to do before going into the third. The first is the Steam Workshop if it's Knights of the Old Republic 2, and you might be thinking, well, why not? Because all I have to do is hit that little plus and it will download, and that is great. The issue is it kind of doesn't put your files together correctly, and it will cause a lot of crashes, especially if you're using more than one mod. Do not recommend it. It will just cause a lot of bugs and a lot of issues later down the line, and you'll probably get a bad feeling for the game and mods and discard them before you've even given them a proper chance. The second solution is to use Vortex. Now Vortex is what you get on Nexus Mod Manager, and it's just a mod organizer where you put all your files into the mod organizer, click run, and the mods will run. Once again, this is an issue because it won't load the mods in the correct order, which is a problem because some mods need the master mod to run properly. So you need one mod before you can do the other, like building blocks. It will kind of just do it wrong, and again, I don't recommend doing it. So what's the third way? The third way is to basically do it all manually, and that might sound scary if I've told you you can just click download and it'll be fine. On the others, it's a lot easier than you think, and I will show you how just now. Now, there are two main websites for downloading mods. There's Deadly Stream and there's Nexus Mod Manager. You can use either or. I preferably prefer Deadly Stream, but people upload certain mods on certain websites, so you will have to pick and choose when and where, depending on the mod. The first mod I'm going to show you is the Restored Content mod, which is a great baseline to start from. A lot of people use it, and it's over on Deadly Stream. Very simple, you just want to click install and it will start installing. But if you're ever going to download a mod, make sure you read the mod page. The good thing about Deadly Stream is it will have, is it compatible restored content? Weirdly enough, this says no, even though it's the exact mod, but just ignore that for now. But the mod page will tell you what conflicts exist, what you need to look out for, and basically how to install it. So once it has downloaded, you're just going to have to open up your downloads folder. Now, the restored content mod's a bit weird. It just comes out in a flat installer. You will just open it as you do, and you'll click next, and then you'll have to go find where your game is installed. Now, most of you will be on Steam, I'm assuming, so I'm going to tell you how to find that on Steam. All you're going to have to do is go into your Steam library, right click, and go into Browse Local Files, and it will bring up where your game is installed. So you'll just make a note. For me, it's in my F drive, but for some reason it thinks it's in my E drive. So all I need to do is go back to my F drive and go to where it's located. Now, when I say you have to read the instructions, make sure you do it properly. For most games, will tell you to install it directly into the game directory. What this means is just where the exe folder is downloaded. So the straight Knights of the Old Republic 2 folder is where you're going to want to direct it to, and you'll just click install and it will install. And now that's installed, all we're going to do is open the game to see if it's actually running correctly. And as you can see, it says there, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords, Restored Content Modification. That's how you know it's installed. Now, you may be thinking, what do I do if that's kind of an anomaly, since it came straight up with its own little patcher? Well, I'm going to show you what a normal patcher looks like in the unofficial Restored Content Mod tweak pack. And like always, make sure you read it to let you know it's compatible with. And all you want to do is hit download file, and once again, open your downloads folder. Now, most more common zip folders, I use WinRAR. Simply open it up and you will see what's in the folder. Now, as you can see, make sure you actually read what's there. So when I'm scrolling down, I'm looking for how to install it, because they will typically tell you how to install their thing. So all you want to do is open up the patcher, and once again, you're going to have to find where your game is installed. So for me, I know it's the F drive, so that's where I'm going to go. Once you found it, just click next, and it'll just install, and click finish. Now that one's a bit hard to check because it does tweaks to the later part of the game, but I will assure you it is a mod that is completely fine to add. If the game runs, it'll be fine. But what if you don't have a patcher? Well, that's what I'm going to show you now. So we're going to go over to the save throwing fixes, and once again, you'll click download, open the folder, open the zip file where it's saved, and you'll have two folders here. Now, you don't have a patcher, so you're going to have to do this on your own. But like I said, simply read the install instructions that they will give you. So they simply say, drop it in your override folder. Now, if you haven't got an override folder, which you should because the restored content mod will make one, but if by any chance you don't, or if you haven't installed it because you don't want that one, simply all you want to do is right click, click new and click folder, and you will call it override. In this example, I have just called it override 1 because I don't want to mess up with the file names, but all you would do is create the folder and then you can drop and drag in there as the override folder. So open up the override and you're going to open the file where the mod is installed. And for this, you have one for consulars and you've got one for Jedi Master, the Sith Lord. Simply all you want to do is highlight it, drag it over into the folder, and you can see when it's dragged over, it will be highlighted. And typically, if you have to replace a file, it will come up with a prompt saying, do you want to skip, replace? Read the install instructions. It will tell you if you need to replace it or if you should skip the file. It will just let you know, and what conflicts may exist if you're having any files that need to be replaced. They will typically tell you. But now that I've gone over how to install the mods, what mods would I recommend for KOTOR 2? Well, I'm going to split this into 3 simple sections: the fixes, graphics, and then just minor tweaks. Obviously, when you're modding your own game, you can use this as a baseline and then you can obviously expand from there. But for anything you may think about getting, I'll have it on screen now. For your essential fixes, restored content mod, you can have the droid planet, unofficial tweaks. For the graphics, HD UI, high quality textures, better skyboxes, improved models, blasters, armors, all of that. And then minor gameplay tweaks is very simple: just loot overhaul, extending enclave, party swap so you're not locked out characters, and simple animation fixes. All links for some of them types of mods will be in the description. But if you have that as a baseline, you can then see how the game runs, how it feels, how you enjoy it, and you can go from there wanting to add your own things. There are also plenty of modding guides out there, people that have a collection of mods that you may want to copy if that's something you want to do, if you're not too comfortable expanding on your own. But what I would say, if you're ever going to add your own mods on top of a mod list, make sure you back up your current game files. That way, if something goes wrong and you can't find a way to remove it, you can just go back to the previous version. But that is it, and you've got a great way of playing KOTOR 2 in 2025. If this guide has helped you with installing mods and feeling a bit more confident, please drop a like. Let me know any issues you have. I'll be glad to help in the comment section below, and what mods you would recommend in the future. And if you want to see how this looks in action, look at my next video. I'm going to be going over the game itself and challenges so you can see how my game looks in comparison to the vanilla. But I will see you all guys next time, and take care.